Welcome back. In this lecture we're going to go over editing the pricing page of our site. And as you see now, we already have the pricing page set up with a pre-made layout, just as we have for the other ones. And I'm going to go through and edit these little by little and make them to the way I want to look. I'm actually going to remove a couple things within here like this here, and we'll go over how to edit the pricing layout right here. And I'll also probably remove these as well, since we already have the services page to tell about the services and what they offer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll go back into the dashboard, I'll go to pages and then go to pricing. And once we're there, we're going to scroll down and we're going to just make the focus keyword pricing also. Now I'm just going to update it. And you probably saw that it went to green right away when we put the pricing keyword in there. And it's because there's already a lot of text in there by default and content in there by default. So that just shows you right there that having more content helps you have a little bit SEO optimization for each page. Now we're going to go down into the Divi Builder area, and with the full width slider, which is right here at the top, I'm going to edit some things. And I've written some text already. We'll go and click this 3-line one to open it within where it says full width slider. And it says a brand new product. I'm going to change that name, and I'm just going to call it Amazing Products. And I'm actually going to not have a button at all, so I'm going to take out the button text there. And as we go through these images, we can upload an image here of the product, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to get something off Pixabay, and we'll just upload it from there. So I actually went and got an image that's a Swiss Army knife, and I'm going to click upload, and I'm going to select files, and I'll get it off my downloads that I got from Pixabay. Now I'll go into my download section here, and I'll find the image, which should be pretty easy, and here it is, and I'll add that. And if we want, we can make this say pricing or Swiss Army knife pricing in the alt text and the caption and title here, description for the SEO purposes. For now, I'm just going to click save. And now I'm going to save again, and I just want to update the page and see how it looks, make sure it looks good. After we update the page, we can go back to the front end here, and we'll refresh it. And now it says Amazing Products instead, and it has this picture of the Swiss Army knife come in. As we refresh the page, it slides in. So I'm going to also just change the text here. Now I did pre-written text this time for this website, so it's going to look a little bit better than just all the dummy text that we've been using. So I'm just going to add in some text that I already wrote. And to do that, we'll go down to where it says Divi Builder again. We'll click on this 3-line icon here. Click on here again, and when we scroll down to the bottom here, it will have the text that's there right now that says the Divi Builder. And here I'm going to just add this text, and I'll throw it in there and save it. Save it again. Go up, and we'll update the page just to see the text in effect. We'll refresh it. And there we are. Now that's into effect. Next, we're going to scroll down, and I'm actually going to remove this section since we already have information on the products in the services section. So in the services section, since we already have that, let's go down, and we're going to just click this X here to remove this whole section. And while we're at it, I'm actually going to remove this section right here in between frequently asked questions and the testimonials. I'm going to remove this as well. So I'm going to scroll down, and I'll find where it says testimonials, and then here's where the text will be for the frequently asked questions. So I'm going to X out of that as well. Now I'll go up and update the site. When we refresh, we should see that this section here is gone, and that this section up here is gone as well. So Let's refresh it. And now we can see that it goes right from there to plans and pricing with our pricing chart here. And now when we go down, we can see it goes right into our testimonials, then our frequently asked questions. And then this will be a prompt to contact us or to order or something like that with the call to action at the bottom. So going back into the Divi Builder here, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go down to where it says plans and pricing, and you'll see we have 4 options within this plan. Now this is kind of easy to edit here. When we go into where it says pricing table, that's the key part. It has basic, personal, developer, and lifetime. Now if we want to, we can reorganize that and see it says basic, personal, developer with best value is blue, and then lifetime. I actually like them all to be blue, and a way that you can do that is if you click on where it says developer here, it says make this table featured. Yes. Well, if you go back to the section where we were and we click on this, and now we can click yes for that, save it, go to the next one, personal, and we can click yes and save it, and then we'll do the same thing for the lifetime and click yes and save it. Now, if we save it and then we update the site, you'll see that all of them are now blue. So that's a nice little trick to make them all blue, but then you won't have one that stands out as the best value. It's really kind of up to you what you want to do with that. So you can see now they're all blue. I guess it still stands out as the best value since it has this subtitle, but then everything is a little offline, which I kind of don't like. I like them to all be lined up with this table. So how we can edit that and change that from being best value is pretty simple, and we'll do that in a moment. But first, I'm going to just go through the text. If you want the text centered and dark, then this is what you would do. And this says plans and pricing. This is what shows up just above the table here. And I'm just going to probably leave that as is. I'll probably just edit the text a little bit here. So say plans and pricing, and I'm just going to say compare our plans and prices with the table below. And I'll save that. So that's just a simple little change. The divider just gives us space between where it says plans and pricing and this table. If you wanted to remove that divider, which I think looks fine either way, it's kind of a preference here on what you want to do, you can just remove it and then click update. And now when we go and we'll refresh the page, we'll see that it's closer. It says compare our plans and prices within the table below. So here we can just go right to it. I kind of like it without the space. I want to get them right into looking at the prices and trying to get them to sign up. So next we'll go back, and to edit the pricing table up, something you can do is you'll just click on this 3 here again, and when we go into basic, for example, you can change the title here if you wanted to say something else other than basic. You can add a subtitle, and that's what it says here where it says best value. That's a subtitle, so that's what it will look like if you add a subtitle. You can have your currency and change it if you want, and you can have per year or just a flat price. I'm going to make it so it's just a flat price. And this is the button URL. You can have this button lead to anywhere that you want, and the button text says sign up, so that's what you're seeing here where it says sign up. Now to change what these parts of the table include, you can go down, and within here it will say the text that you want, access all themes, and it goes like this. With a plus means it's added there, and it's added there again, and a minus will mean that it's not. So it's kind of looking funny right now, but I believe if we go and we actually hit a plus in between, maybe like this will look better if we do shift and then enter, shift and enter, and we'll do shift and enter again, and shift and enter again, and one more time, shift and enter. So this means that it is available, and these are showing that it's not available. Another way you can do this is if you really wanted to, you could highlight it and do a strike through, and that way you'll make it clear that they're not available. So the way you can do that is by going right up into this area and then click strike through. It's right next to italic. So if you want it, you could make them all strike through here, and that would make it pretty clear that these are not available. And if you save it and then we go back up and update, we'll see that there will be strike throughs through these items, and hopefully there'll be one on top of the other rather than the way it looks right now. So when we refresh the page, here it is. Each one has its own separate dot here and shows what it has and what's available and what's not. I guess the best way to do it would maybe be by doing this strike through. Now to edit the other ones, we would do the same thing with a plus or minus before each item. And you can change the button as I showed you where to do that, and this is the subtitle for each page. So with that, we're going to just move down to the next section here, what our customers are saying, and we'll go over how to edit that. Now we'll go down to where it says, well, if we want to, we can change the text right here first, and the text is what our customers are saying. Don't take it from us, let our customers do the talking. You can change that if you'd like, and that's very simple. You just click the 3 lines right where it says text, and it says centered there. And here it is, what our customers are saying, and don't take it from us. So I'll just change this to say customer reviews in this case. And just to show you, and there it is. I'll save it. Next, I'm actually going to make a new box here, and we'll make them one by one. And I'm going to get rid of this testimonial, so now we have 2 testimonials instead of 3. Now I'm going to click on this 3 lines here, and this is the name of the person giving the testimonial. As you'll see at the bottom here, it says Luke Chapman. And when we go back, I'm going to just change this to say Jeff, just so it's something different. And you can make a job title, company title, author or company URL if you want to give someone's business URL or whatever. Here we can upload an image, and I'm going to remove that just for this. The quotes, we can have the quote icon or we can have it hidden. In this case it's hidden, but normally there would be, if you did that, there would be a big quote right in this area here. Use a background color. I'm going to have the background color on just for some contrast with it. If it's all white, it kind of looks a little weird. And the text color dark, text orientation left. So here's where the testimonial would go, and I'm just going to copy this and put it in there. And then we'll save that, and we'll go to the next testimonial over here. And this one I'm going to just say is by Mark, and I'll scroll down, and to make these look the same, I'll also remove this image completely and use the background color, and everything else will be the same as the other one. And I definitely suggest that you mess around with these settings, find something that you like, and I will then copy in this other text here, and I'll save it. And if we want to, we can go up and update it. And here we'll refresh. And now we can see, here's the testimonials that we have, customer reviews. Now this doesn't look quite as good as they had it before, I would say, but it just shows you how to go through the elements and edit them. Now here is the frequently asked questions, and in this area we're going to input some more frequently asked questions. I'm actually just going to go over one here for you. It will say how long will it take to receive my product. That's the new one I'm going to add in here. And we'll go down where it says text. That's the text that says frequently asked questions. This is toggle 1, and if we click on this, we can see it says, can I use the themes on multiple sites? That's the title of the question. And oops, I didn't mean to do that. It should say how long will it take to receive my products? And then if we go down, this is where the answer will be to the question. And we'll save that. And just to show you, we'll update it here. And when we go back to the home page and we refresh it, we'll now see that it says, how long will it take to receive my products? Is the first question. And when we click on it, it says it takes an average of just 1 day for your product to be shipped. And this is what we put in as the text there. Now to go down to this area where it says, don't be shy. If we didn't answer all your questions, feel free to drop us a line anytime. And this, I like to use these sections down here more as a call to action and try to prompt the person to, well, for one, either get in touch with us like this one is doing, but also you can use it to help sell a product. So I just put have additional questions and then feel free to reach out to us and we'll get back to you quickly. Now I'll change this to say have additional questions. And here I'll say the text here, feel free to reach out to us, we'll get back to you quickly. Now something I wanted to show you here is if you wanted to add a button URL, for example, you want it to be contacted, that's what you want that button to go to at the bottom of the pricing page here. So this at the bottom, we want them to be able to click get in touch here, and we can change that text if we want, but if they click get in touch, it will go to the contact page. So if we save that, we go up and we update it, and now we refresh this page. When they click on this get in touch, see our text has changed. When they click on this, it will then take them right to the contact page for a contact form. So that about covers the pricing section. There's so many things you can get added in here, and if you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out to me about them. I hope this was helpful, everyone. Thanks for viewing.